Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I am your host Doug here with your video blog for November 10th, 2014. Great blog planned for you today. We'll have your New York sports update as there's word out of Yankee camp. We'll also talk NASCAR chase as the Final Four have been set. I'll give you my college football top four, but first let's go to the NFL and around the shield. Picks for the week, not very strong, finished at 1-4. Just not a good week for picks. Quite a wild weekend game-wise. So let's do 2 minutes. Let's go every game, and let's start it right now. Chiefs stage a speedy turnaround as they score 14 in the fourth quarter to beat the Bills 17-13. Matthew Stafford leads a late touchdown drive as the Lions are at 7-2 as they beat the Dolphins 20-16. In London, Tony Romo back throws for 3 touchdown passes. DeMarco Murray runs for 100, and the Cowboys beat the Jags 31-17. A late touchdown nullified by Jimmy Graham on offensive pass interference. Kaepernick and the Niners top Saints in overtime 27-24. Ravens take down the Titans 21-7. Zach Menberger struggles and Justin Forsett runs for 2 touchdowns for the Ravens. Jets upset the Steelers. They slow down Ben Roethlisberger. They're now 2-8. Michael Vick becomes the first NFL quarterback to run for 6,000 yards in his career. Jets win 20-13. Falcons snap a 5-game skid as Matt Ryan throws for a touchdown. Steven Jackson runs for a touchdown, and the Falcons beat the Buccaneers 27-17. Peyton Manning throws for 5 touchdown passes, 2 picks early, but throws for 5. Broncos all over the Raiders 41-17. Backup Drew Stanton rallies the Cards past the Rams as the Rams get the win 31-14. Carson Palmer, though, might be out with a torn ACL. Marshawn Lynch runs for 4 touchdowns. Russell Wilson adds some more yards on the ground. Seahawks beat the Giants 38-17. And finally, in the Sunday night game, Aaron Rodgers throws for 6 touchdown passes in the first half as the Packers beat the Bears 55-14. Let's just go to the NFL standings quick and look at our current playoff picture as we will head into Week 11 next week. Let's look at our playoff picture. First, we'll look at the NFC. Arizona currently on top at 8-1. Detroit 7-2. Philly 6-2. And New Orleans would be a division winner at 4-5. That is just a bad division. Wild cards: Dallas at 7-3, and Seattle at 6-3, with Green Bay on the outside looking in, and the San Francisco 49ers also on the outside looking in. In the AFC playoff picture, New England and Denver at the top at 7-2. Indy and Cleveland both at 6-3. And the wild cards would be Kansas City at 6-3-0, and Cincinnati at 5-3-1, with Pittsburgh and Baltimore just percentage points behind the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, let's get to our college football. Let's do our college football top 4 for the week. We saw Auburn go down. We also saw Michigan State lose, so a wild weekend for sure. Really shakes everything up. Auburn now with 2 losses. Coming in number 1 in my poll is the 9-0 Mississippi State Bulldogs. They have 2 big games left, could be 3 with a conference title game. They will go at Alabama this week. Then we'll have home against Vandy, and then they'll be at number 11 Ole Miss. Oregon coming in at number 2 in my poll, 9-1. They took down a pretty good Utah team. They will play Colorado and Oregon State, and then a Pac-12 title game possibly against a top 10 ranked Arizona State team. My number 3 team is Alabama. Alabama's in at 8-1. I like Alabama. I think they could be the most complete team in college football right now. We'll see what they can do. They'll take on number 1 Mississippi State this week. Then we'll also see them take on Western Carolina, and then they'll finish off with the Iron Bowl against number 9 Auburn. And the Auburn game could really shake stuff up again. And finally, Florida State 9-0. I don't like their schedule that they've played. 2 tough games, I think, at Miami and against Florida. Florida's looking a little more serviceable, and they'll also take on Boston College with a potential ACC title game against a Duke team. And finally, my teams to watch, TCU and Baylor right now are my teams to watch. I think these teams are vying for that Big 12 title, and the winner of the Big 12 title could get in because that SEC is not going to get 2 teams in when it's all said and done. NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. Kevin Harvick wins at Phoenix in dominating fashion. Jeff Gordon gets eliminated. Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, and Brad Keselowski. In will be Harvick, Hamlin, Logano, and Newman. Jeff Gordon missed by just 1 point. Ryan Newman slams into Kyle Larson on the last corner and gets himself to the next round of the chase. I had no problem with the move, if anybody's wondering, but the only thing I had a problem with was what he said after the race, when he basically said, Kyle Larson used me up in a truck race 2 years ago, so I didn't really have a problem using him up there. I mean, it was a truck race. It was 2 years ago. Don't bring it up. Just make the move on, and don't even talk. I think the winner, the best shot to do it at Homestead is going to be Kevin Harvick. He's running the best. He's fast. We'll see if he can get it done. He's definitely probably been the fastest car all year, just hasn't really had good finishes. We'll have more about that on Friday. Time for your New York sports update. The New York Post is reporting that the Yankees are working on a trade for shortstop Elvis Andrus, just 26 years old, and it's important to get it done now because next year he will begin an 8-year, $122 million deal. Yankees will look to try to package some players and see if they can make a run at this guy to replace Derek Jeter. Yankees also re-signed outfielder Chris Young over the weekend. He will complement a cast of Jacoby Ellsbury, Brett Gardner, and Carlos Beltran in the outfield. Yankees signed him for right around 1 year, $2.5 million. NBA action, Knicks tonight, 2-5 at home. They will take on the Atlanta Hawks. They lost to the Hawks on Saturday night. And the Nets are off until Wednesday as they head to the West Coast. Nets are 4-2 right now, and they will take on Phoenix Wednesday night. I will be back either tomorrow or Thursday here on the Blog and Grill. So tune in for that. I will be back sometime in the next 3 days. I'll post when that will be. Got some stuff going on, but I will be back. We'll do our Heisman Watch update, as one guy I think is starting to pull away with the Heisman Trophy. Also, we will do our NFL Power Rankings. We'll talk some NBA action as well as the Lakers finally get a win and what that says for their season. Check me out on sportsmindednews.com. Also follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. You can comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I will be back on sometime later on in the week. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you then. Have a great day.